Hello, greetings. Sorry, since Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi and they all came on the internet, I have compulsion to be on social media. They put a lot of things on me, making me again lose my grace, lose the grace of Allah. And it's been like this now for many, many years. There are some really cruel Pakistanis. Although they say they believe in Allah and Rasulullah, but they create a lot of harm, hurt. You can see the beggars on the streets. Oh my God. I have to talk about this, although I feel like slightly sick. I haven't properly had any meal or some good healthy meal. Just having tea now, and so much restlessness. Um, so I'll talk a little bit about my health, and then go on with the saying that how could the Shia Quran experts not see this verse, part of the verse, that forced prostitution is not allowed. That's why it's written well, there's nothing wrong with it, like a Shia said to me, excuse me, in the comment section on there, I said, I had to do this to wake them up, like there's something wrong here. In this religion, leave this religion, please. And yes, I stand by that. Entertainment, like, we say some Muslims are into entertainment, some are divided into these things like Shia, Sunni, all this. Even if all the Muslims were united, they would reign the world. And that's why they're not schisms, That's why they're not, thank God they're not united. God knows what they would have done to, asking people forcefully to, or like my father, you can hit a child if they don't, or a teenager even, your daughter. The father can hit the daughter. This is in Shia Islam. Lightly with a stick, like beating, disciplining. Then I would have said, okay, for namaz, they're disciplining, huh? He himself can't stop himself from going to casinos. Before that, when he got married to my mother, he was going to dancers, these tawafs, what do you call them in English? Whatever the word is, I have no idea. I once looked at it and then I forgot. But the word is for these dancers. You go and you enjoy the dance. You're not, and you can dance with them like, you can watch the movie, this Muqaddar ka Sikandar ka, sorry, this Indian movie. Like Zahra Bai, Amitabh Bachchan, Tu Masiha Mahabbat Ki Maron Ka Hai. Oh God, the azan has started. Okay, I'm being spat. There's a little kind of hallucination site. Am I being spat? Do they want to spit on my face or something like this? But be assured, I'm not causing, even though I don't believe in Allah, this Allah. I believe in some divinity, God, but I don't believe in this Allah. So Wikipedia, thank you. I don't know which expedition of, I don't know which website this is. I have to put my glasses on. Just quickly, the punishment of those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger and strive with might and main for mischief through the land is execution or crucifixion or the cutting off of hands and feet from opposite sides or exile from the land, that is their disgrace in this world, and a heavy punishment is theirs in ... I'm not going in. This is Surah, what's it? That they shall be killed, to be crucified, or their hands and legs be cut. Surah Maida, verse 33. Again, this 33. Back to Surah Nur, verse 33. So, a little bit about my case. I don't know who is after us. Maybe they're systematically, they've come into Shia Islam in Pakistan. You know, the Sipai Sahiba and like when Yusuf Zaidi, when I went to his house, the color he was wearing, you can see the color of Sipai Sahiba. Black and white. White shirt, black pants. But you know, he had folded his pants from the bottom, like the Sunnis do when they pray or they go for all this. Yeah, because Rasulullah used to have it like this. So anyways, yes, it's very important because I don't know for how long this has been taking place, like since my childhood years. But I don't know, they're making people, others against each other, harming each other, systematic. There's a lot of black magic thing in Pakistan. Practices, jinn. They catch them and they call them muakils. They can work for them. Okay, you're going to laugh at this, but it's not funny really. I'm also concerned about UK. Like wherever these Pakistani Muslims have reached and made their, homes. Oh God. So thank God. Oh, I mean, I didn't, in those times when I was with Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi and heavily wanting to get into this religion, I didn't go to UK and start preaching, in the corner, speaker's corner, Hyde Park. No, I didn't even have the strength to do that. But just imagine, you're taking up social media, UK, Queen of England. Hands up. No, I don't say hands up because we are Shia Muslims and we don't kill anyone. We are peaceful, loving people, very affectionate. Our Rasulullah is a physicist of the soul, this and that. Spirit, soul. The spirit is from Allah, the soul is our own doing. So, since I could go on like that, right? Since we, all this, right? Nafsi Ammara, come on, UK, save yourselves. I wouldn't go bombing like some Muslims have done in UK. And what's wrong with you, Zionists, that you have made Muslims do this around the world? Are you out of your mind, Sarah? And Mossad, and I found a movie on Mossad, and I was like, I didn't have the strength, and I was shocked. And who is after me? Who is after me? Is it the Mossad? Why would the Mossad be after me? Then I came here, and there was this incident where my brother got married. No, he got married in a house here. But, and the night bride and groom went there to this hotel my father had booked a room. So we went to see them off. There, in that hotel, this some Lebanese person was killed by the Jews, Zionists or Mossad work. So I was really, really scared. At that time also, I was in Dubai, this happened. Okay, now, what a coincidence, right? And so, okay, I was saying that, with the European men, like we can trust them. Like, don't come near me. They respect our space. So that's it. I'm not going to the pubs. I'm not socializing with you people in the pubs. They respect that. So I think it would be better, like I was saying, if Israel, I have no, like you can, no, one thing I have is don't attack Israel. Don't attack Israel, because now Israel is a formed state and there are people there. You make your own selves in Palestine. This is what I was telling them, and they would get very angry at me. And who are you? You are not even a Muslim, they told me. Shia, what is a Shia? Right? I can go on saying what is a Shia. Now we've got all these Muslims who are after the Shias. They will get up any moment, like if to attack the Shias behind the doors. They're not going to show like this. But there in Israel, something in that mosque was not even, God knows who made that mosque. Rasulullah didn't make that mosque. Masjid al-Aqsa. Okay, the only thing, I don't want to go in deep into this thing. I don't want to get into trouble with the Palestinians. They're here too. They're already giving me a hard time here. The Pakistani taxi drivers and all. Hindus, some places. So I'll just say that I will try. If you ask my heart, like if you ask me, living in London in the Jewish neighborhood, I would trust the Jewish man much, much, much more than a Pakistani. Oh, a Palestinian man to take care of me. We don't have to do muta for him to take care of me or get married to him. You know, there are people, helpers. You don't have to. You don't have to be like take pleasures out of each other for you know. So, for example, like my father's second wife also, like she used to get more money because she had her own car and she was driving the others and taking care. So yeah, the responsibility of a woman, a wife, is more than a daughter. But again, you cannot do this because you know. That's why. Oh, that's why I've been cut off, and first his mother cut my potentials in childhood. Now he has done it. He wanted to kill me, I think. You know it. So yeah, the woman who is a caretaker and all this, she gets all that expenditure, house. But you know, the other children even were getting a lot. The children from his no, I can't say second wife. I'll just say another wife, because I know I've seen him marrying, nikah, having a nikah. I know this, the wife lady. He had a nikah with, made his wife. So, and I heard in Singapore he had mutas, but he denies it. Although Shahnaz and Faryal told me, तुम्हारे बाप ने सिंगापुर में दूसरी शादी कर ली है. Your father has married in Singapore, another marriage. Then when I went to Dubai later on, so my grandmother told me that no, your father has done mutas, not even like one, maybe one muta or many mutas in Singapore. So he said, I recently brought this to his attention due to my case, not due to any gossip or anything. He said that, and to find the truth out, who is lying, who is telling the truth. So checking, no, because he said that both of them were false. Even his mother, late mother, to say that he had done mutaz in Singapore. When he was there in 1980s, he established a business there. He told me that he was doing this so that his youngest brother could come here. Then somehow he had to close the business work in Singapore and then come back to Karachi and get married to this, have a nikah with this lady who had like gunguru on when she came out. You know, these bells that they dance with. She said she didn't know. She told me this Pakistani, the wife, she didn't know, but now we give her respect. But even if she was the wife, that poor lady, we would give her respect anyways. In Pakistan, शरीफों को बदमाश गंदा कर रहे हो. तुम लोगों की तवाइफों को मैं रिस्पेक्ट करूं. अरे एक तवाइफ आ गई थी एक वेडिंग में ना. In a wedding, a tawaif came to dance. I was like, my head was down. Or I was like, how can they make her like this, such a thing out of her? You know, it's like we say the Western people objects and advertisement are making women objects of advertisements. So I might want to advertise. No, I'm not sorry. I might want to advertise myself, and if I was beautiful and like Brooke Shields or Sophia Loren, I think I should have gone into this entertainment business. What's the use of being in Allah, spiritual even? And they're attacking you, and this is what you are throwing up, and Allah, I can see this, and what is this? The use of all this? Yeah. Okay, no. So the reason why I showed you this back, I just paused. The reason why I showed you this verse of the Quran, the one earlier here, is that I'm not doing mischief. I want peace. And oh, no, you won't believe me. Because the moment I get angry at the Shias or something, Shia Quran experts will say, oh, you won't believe me. Hypocrites come and say, we want peace, or please forgive us. The Badouan. There are some hypocrites who come and say, we want peace, but they don't really want peace. In the Quran ayat, how will they believe me? If they bring this Quran ayat, like Imam Ali has brought the Quran ayats against women, that's it. Can there be any more deeper contemplation? No, I don't think so. I don't think. You see, the Shias, there were some Sayyids that we couldn't trust in Pakistan. Not very honorable. Not very honorable, not honorable at all. Those deceiving others, and in the name of black magic, we will be healing you, taking money. What do you call that in English? Embezzling them, lying in the name of Allah, in the name of Prophet Muhammad, in the name of Bibi Fatima Zahra, in the name of Hazrat Abbas. Can't trust these people, can't trust that Yusuf Zaidi. But I don't know whether he was Sipai Sahiba, what was his family background. Even these Kashmiri Shia, this is all like nonsense. We had, they can't be trusted with the children and all. A Britisher saw us outside, saw my brother, he had not gained height as yet. In the nighttime, out, Marble Arch, this child is awake, out on the street so late. This is like, yeah, I said, we are on vacation. You see, this is the thing. They care. And then when they care too, we say they care too much and they are too much interfering in our lives. This is not a friend crossing the line. Oh, God. I'm like, they care. They care. They care to the point where they will feed you. They will give you the bait, but before giving the bait to you, seeing that your spirit is broken now, they will feed you. So we had NHS there. I didn't know for students it was free. When they told me, I said, oh, this means when I have fever, yes, you can go. It's near you. It was near my hostel, walking distance. NHS clinic. Then came this flyers that here also meningitis started. In St. Joseph's College, I joined meningitis. And Pakistan has this notorious thing of jabbing people with, like, which Allah, in the name of Allah and in the name of Rasulullah, will you be, giving this thing? With the word is not coming. AIDS. Syringe full of AIDS. Don't go into crowded places. We can't go in Pakistan into crowded places. We can't go to cinema halls. But Gaur and I went and watched the movie Ghost when my aunt was alive. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't tell her. I was scared. Not because of the jaws and the shark, but because of some Pakistani giving me that syringe without me knowing. This is from Churils in Karsar, Trig Road, near nursery. Later on, coincidentally, my O-level school, where it was, right? We had to. What if the Churil had come after that GQ model we had in the. They've written about this model student we had, like he's a GQ model. In our CES yearbook, Uzma, who was the editor, I think, and Tania, who was the editor of this Center for Advanced Studies yearbook, they've written it for him, like for everybody, everyone, O-level students who were graduating, they'd written something. So for him it was like a GQ model. And I was told by Farooq Ansari, my late neighbor, that the Churail here goes after handsome men. So this Churail is when, the feet are back, her feet are backward, but you can't see them because she's covering it at that time. And in the night time, she takes a lift from these men, young single men. Okay. So this is a little bit about myself and religion, Pakistan, problems in Pakistan, the cruelty. So some of our own Shias are corrupted, Sayyids, and they have a lot of things, harming each other in the house, family problems and things. Now, I'm not causing mischief. This is also, I shared this that, look, I'm not causing mischief. Those who believe in Allah and the Messenger, first get them, who have caused and have been causing so much mischief in Pakistan. I'm not even entertaining myself here. I'm not going to hotels or I want to go to a club here. So there's no ayashi, no entertainment for me. I'm not entertaining myself. Now the thing of Surah Nur, how could and why? Why would you do this? So I slept, before sleeping I was like, see, if I say this, then the Sunnis will have a field day. Salafis will have a field day. Whoever have been after hating Shias will have a field day. What is this in multilingual Quran commentary section? So I have to be very, very careful because this verse and many other verses, like be careful that you don't hurt a believer in ignorance. Like, when I shared this video, I was laughing at I assume he's a Shia, but he's got a Sunni name, Abu Bakr. And he's explaining that the Sunnis say that the wife, Prophet Aisha. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe our Shias. And this also, I really cannot believe this. That if he boxed or punched in this video, that this was right for Aisha, she really deserved it. Aisha really deserved it. Then on the other hand, we say, such a humanitarian religion is brought, such a merciful religion has been brought down by Allah through the messenger to us. Oh, such a merciful religion. I can't believe how the Shias, I think now, the Shias, the experts in the Quran, they've been hiding something, or they've been so indoctrinated. I mean, I can understand a common person being shocked looking at this ayat, Surah Nur, ayat 33, and saying, where's the punishment? This is prostitution. When I was a Shia, I was shocked. I can understand a common Shia, but no. Any common Shia like me having read this as a Shia and feeling some, like, what, shock or something, like, no, it doesn't. Or even like mildly, reasonably, not emotionally, but even through the reason, saying, no, this is not right. That I read the later verse, and certainly we have sent to you clear communications, and a description of those who have passed away before you, and an admonition to those who guard against evil. And Allah is the light of the heavens. Wow, Allah is the light. Yeah, this very good, and this light is lit in the houses. No punishment mentioned for this forced, compelled prostitution against maids, slave girls. I don't know who they are. What's this? Because all through the Quran, we are told to remain chaste, even if we have this fear that we'll commit fornication. We need to, and adultery, if a man is attracted to another woman, married man. Okay, so first I think I'll just finish my sentence. all, the indecent verse in Surah Araf. Indecency, hidden and apparent, is sin. Oh no, is haram, forbidden. Sin is also haram, forbidden. Sorry, that's how it is put in the ayat there. So indecent is not, but there's a separate thing a separate part which says sin is this sin is haram. So we take the whole verse so I've just read this is what the ayat says. Sin is haram, Surah Araf. But what we are now concentrating on is, and even a lie, oh God, lie against Allah is haram. Okay. And, okay, that's the other end of the verse. Look, indecent acts, hidden and apparent, are haram. Thank God I said it. Okay. Indecent acts, I'm also beating about the bush or escaping neurotically. I mean, slave for slave, free woman for free woman, what? You kill the free woman of theirs, our free women, or their free woman. Where is the murderer in this? Where does the murderer get the punishment? So when Dr. David Wood was directly explaining the verse in the Quran, Surah Baqarah, I think it's verse, I'm not going to take the number, I don't know. So, and our alims are, God knows, going here and this one, and so it was so terrible in the ages pre-Islamic time. Baba, tell us directly the verse. Here, I think they've managed, and I made a mistake, they managed to tell us directly here that any kind of this despicable, no, sorry, I have to correct my language. Okay? What is now called the white slave traffic was carried on by wicked people. Now, okay, I got it. No, did I really get it on by the wicked people like Abdullah ibn Ubay, who hired 6 women slaves for prostitution, meaning this trade of worldly gain. According to this verse, no more despicable trade can be imagined, so it is emphatically condemned. Wait a minute. According to this verse, no more despicable trade, meaning of this prostitutes. Excuse me, this is about forced prostitution. Like rape is forced. Without the consent or wish or desire of the person, you have sexual intercourse. You force yourself against them. When it's not forced, it's not rape, which then we define rape, what forceful, right? Without the will of this person. When they do not desire to have sex with you. If they have not desired to have sex with you, you force them. Or you forced yourself into them. Sorry, this is vulgar language, but it is in the whatever the nikah means, and going into your wives. Sorry, so I have to speak like this. Go into your spouses. Allah, wives, yeah. Who's going to go into? Male. Please see this. I have no entertainment problem. I don't have that bad habit. Yeah, the problem I have is a little shopping problem. But I have money for it, but I just wonder if always going out and going into a grocery shop or some little shop, buying little things. Trying to do my best. Thank God I don't have that for, wanting to go to a club. That's entertaining. entertainment is haram. Anything, club, or anything that leads to fornication, even alcohol, even gambling. Gambling are ways of, no, whatever it is, wherever you go, there are women, or whatever it is that leads you to, get your passion increase. You. So the commentary, and am I saying that I have read the commentary and then I'm discussing the Surah Nur Ayat part? If I didn't, I apologize. Now, who has missed it? And then, you could be lashing women, punishing us, putting this pressure on us, this collective, this, first it's like keep away from them. And then, that kind of pressure on us. May for truth's sake I not give in. My other activities I can't do, but I'm going to do this. They've stopped because I don't have that much strength. I'm broken. Sorry about my breathing problem they're giving me. If you can't breathe, you can't think properly. No, we are told that it's in the tradition, as Shia sources, that even if you are dying, you should say your prayers when the azan call is on, or when the prayer time is on, comes. So, here it is. You see, but force not you should, I shouldn't say this, but you should go and get yourselves punished. Those who have missed, Muslims, altogether, religious scholars who have lied, missed, said, what? Here? Then how can the Shias know about that verse? They properly look at it. When it comes to their great-great-great-grandfather, Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, and their mother, Fatima Zahra, when it's that thing between Sunni, Shia, any conflict, how can so well they precisely, accurately explaining the Arabic words, the phrases, the sentences in that ayat of Surah Azab, thoroughly purify you with a thorough purification? Any Shia Quran expert, for the sake of the truth and some dignity, Sorry if this thing has your Nana, your grandfather has. And our Dadi Salma has also said that he was in the Sunni Hadith that's written. Good God. Aisha is bad. These Umayyads brought this about. Okay, forget it. Allah. दादी सलमा क्यों दरवाज़ा नहीं खोल रही है? Bibi Sughra is wondering, doesn't tell anyone, on 10th of Muharram. So Salma is about the Prophet's wife and Prophet's grandchild, great-grandchild, Imam Hussein's daughter, Bibi Sughra. We called her in Pakistan, Karachi. To be precise, Sindh. Sorry, excuse me. So this, do you see this? But force not your mates to prostitution. There's nothing wrong with this ayat. Someone told me in the Shia, under the Shia video commenting, was it a Sunni? Because I was told that in some Sunni, this little sect, they have allowed. So, for instance, in the city of Dubai, we have prostitutes because they have found out that in Islam, prostitution is allowed. But then they hide and they say the police are, no. All this nonsense, just to show. Are you trying to hide this? You see, this is the thing. Why are you trying? Because if the women find out, or if even some men, their honorable men find out that prostitution is allowed of maids, slave girls, who want to earn money or for pleasure. Okay, here it says, it doesn't say maybe to keep the, now you will say, I'm coming to that, the practical side of Islam. See, in every way God has covered everything. Let's see about that too. But first, ये तो बोल दें आप. Please, ये तो बोले कि prostitution of maids, these maids here mentioned, whoever they are, is allowed. Forced prostitution is not allowed. And whether you can gain of worldly so the government or someone, let's see, but force, no, it's here, it's a, no, but force not, sorry, that was a mistake. But force, I'm very, very scared that ye mere nana ka to deen nahi hai. And I don't know. No, they'll tell me, why don't you know? You see, ignorance of this Quran law is, like they say in English, ignorance of law is no excuse. You have to be fined. Because how is it that you don't know how to drive the car? And then someone else might get killed there? Or you might injure someone? Ignorance, so you'll get a fine. Parking, wrong parking, or you've parked too much, over parking, and you have not put the coins there. What? So my English is like this. एक तो कार पार्क किया है, थोड़ा सा देर होगा, they give you a little time, but no, बस time खत्म हो गया, you have to go and put the coins there for parking. No excuse. Don't give us reasons. I say here, oh Rasulullah, sorry, I don't know. I can't, sorry, I can't come in this. Sometimes in Karachi also, like mera dil, my heart is like, no, I can't. My heart doesn't want me to come in this religion. It's terrible seeing hypocrites and so much. No, sorry, worry, all right? And don't publish it. Allama Rashid Ravi said, if you publish, you're gone case against this religion. War against Allah and the Messenger. Let's see, now the youngsters have come, alims, Shia alims, what they decide about. Yani, like Khomeini said, don't let Washington, D.C. or Moscow decide your fate. Don't let anyone decide your fate. Wake up. Like these Shia religious scholars of Iran are going to decide my case? Or, I mean, I now understand how these, not that I'm punished, I don't understand those being lashed or having been lashed for hijab, not wearing the hijab properly in certain circumstances. In Iran, You understand? I understand. I don't understand that, but like I haven't been lashed. How can I say I know? Or being fined or being put in jail. See, notice I'm not talking about Saudi Arabia. I'm on a Shia country, Islamic Republic of Iran. And what is the point I was making that I didn't complete it because I went to another? Oh, I forgot. So, again, okay, back to here, the good points missed, and I get again and again listening to my, oh, I should have said it this way here, oh, I missed it. Like, will I trust a Palestinian man? And even in Islam, you cannot. It is not even my fault if I don't trust a Palestinian man. Because in the hadiths, even in Shia hadith, the third one is, or in Ayat, I haven't checked. I don't know. But it does say somewhere in Islam that when a woman and a man are together, the third one is shaitan with them, Satan with them. So avoid these gatherings where with the na-mahram, the men that are not, they are not your fathers, your brothers, and your husband and children, like that, for example. So no. And that thing we have in the mind. Third one is shaitan, third one is shaitan. I look at this woman, why is she showing her skin all the time? No. Then the sexual thing comes. What? Because it's all conditioning. And see, if an American admires, looks at our legs, when I was in Karachi American School, but he will not molest me. Third one is shaitan, but he won't. He has a wife to go to. He may admire our legs. He may like it, but he's not going. Yeah, one American did, Dr. Webster, our guidance counselor then in Karachi American School, put his finger. Okay. So, do you think the Islam also, in a way, systematically, so we would get like kind of against America, against non-Muslims. Great school, Karachi American School. It's like how Dr. Ferozi Ahmed had put against the Jews in a magazine. In her clinic, Institute of Clinical Psychology, psychiatry, psychoanalysis, psychologist, Institute of Clinical Psychology. Yes, sometimes I'm not alert, so I miss the words I'm saying. And right now I'm very, but you will say, don't, I will make this video. I will upload it. Mistakes I make, please overlook. I'm after the truth. And I stand corrected. Mistakes I make. But the gist, I would not make a mistake here. Forced prostitution, I still stand by my words, what I've seen here. Forced prostitution is not allowed. Taking this ayat part, word by word. Prostitution is allowed of these maids mentioned in this ayat. Whether you put when, whichever conjunctive word you put here, when, but, if, like that, or, see, that's why God has said here, very well put, Very well put. But force not your mates to prostitution. Why has this conjunctive word put here? When they desire chastity. It is conjunctive in grammar, but when they desire, whatever, if they desire chastity, for they desire chastity. This is not what your alims, our expert shias, even in Quran, would like you to know. They're going to hide this. This is not what the Sunni, forget the Sunni, they tell their Sunnis that don't even go near the Shias in this religious case. You're okay, go be friends with them, but don't even go into the dark history, the history of Islamic history where the battle of, and then when it was a mistake if you tell them. Okay, some of them know. I told this, I thought she didn't know about it. This Muslim friend, she was all the time indirectly trying to tell me things. Whenever she got the chance about my religion, against my religion. So look, I told her then in Dubai, this is like in year 2000 something. I told her that the reason why, at this time I had to tell her openly, I got fed up of her. I said that Umar bin Khattab wanted to burn and injured, forget burn the house. He injured Bibi Fatima Zahra. She was pregnant with Mohsen. They already know because the laser thing or whatever, that it was a boy. We are told that Bibi's, like that, is spiritual knowledge. So Bibi already knew, like now we have these laser, you can tell, what are they called? Right? Ultrasounds. So the Mohsen was in her stomach, so many months old. I told her this was the last resort. You know what she said? She said it was a mistake. Oh, Laila, it was just a mistake, honey. Calm down. Like this was just a mistake by Umar bin Khattab. Now what could I say to them? Forget it. I'm not talking about Sunnis anymore. What is all that? What is this? Is this water dripping again? I'm not talking about the Sunnis, please. It was just a mistake. I mean, if you look at it through the humanitarian point of view and all this also, at that time, a woman pregnant, Umar bin Khattab comes, he knows exactly. Umar bin Khattab has made a mistake. So now their second caliph, who is going to become their second caliph, they've taken. If these people, second Rashidun caliphs, are making mistakes, injuring who? Injuring the she camel. Saleh in the Quran. Injuring Bibi Fatima, not she camel now. It's not an animal. It's as Shias. If you look at it, and she may be an ordinary woman pregnant. It was a mistake. What if this happens to your mother? Someone treacherously comes and they put it on accident or mistake. What if someone gets me into an accident here? And the UAE they say it's a mistake, and actually they wanted me killed because I'm talking against Islam or something, right? Now, here. And these Sunnis are going to say, you people are going to say it was a mistake, you're not going to look into the matter, you're going to close the case. But now I'm on the Shias. But okay, this was a mistake. Umar bin Khattab, a woman pregnant, and this is not an ordinary woman. And even if this was an ordinary woman, if Umar bin Khattab was after her to make such a, we have to look into this matter. Then the calamity of Thursday, when they have made an excuse for Umar bin Khattab, that if he called Prophet Muhammad delirious, if he has stopped Prophet Muhammad from writing a will, asking for pen and paper, he has the right. He has the right. Shias worship Muhammad, Rasulullah, Imam Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. Shias are terrible, terrible, terrible. They say things. Forget that. No, the point here, don't miss it. मुझे एक मकाम तक पहुंचना है, तुम लोगों को लेके जाना है, आप लोगों को. I have to take you to a place where I can expose all these things and you'll see it. God, I hope there was no... I have to check. Hello, sorry, I took a pause and had to go and check. I thought maybe it's better. So you may think I'm not as sincere in this religion. I took a pause. I mean, Imam Zain al-Abidin, when he was in his prayers, obligatory. What happened, His little child, who was going to be now our fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir, or Muhammad al-Baqir in Arabic title, al-Baqir. His son fell. We are told Imam was in such a connection in his worship that, of course, you're not allowed to, leave our namaz. Say, oh God, my son has fallen. Or is he hurt? Go and check. Or maybe he needs to go to a doctor, or he needs help immediately. But here, you're going to tell me some water has dripped or and I'm scared now, And I'm so neurotic, are you going to tell me these Shias who believe in such Imams, such connection with God, that Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, child, fell? Did he hurt himself? What happened? He wasn't even screaming. He was an Imam. And later on, he's the Imam's son. With such high spirituality. And his father is praying namaz. Imam Sajjad. Imam Zain al-Abidin, in other words, is praying namaz. And the child falls. His child has fallen. He is so into the namaz, for one split second even he cannot. He can't. He has such faith in God. Of course, Imam Zain al-Abidin was in Karbala. You see, let's close this thing. No, I will not. I'll show you here. So you believe, I also believed in that, right? What? I admired that to no extent, right? The spiritual connection with God, and during prayers time, he was in communion with God, in the Islamic way, praying on the prayer mat, obligatory prayers or extra prayers he was doing also. He did not even get his mind off for a split second towards his son. That's the kind of connection. What is their worship, What is their worship? So sincere. They wouldn't get up. It wouldn't disturb them. Like we are told Mahatma Gandhi in the train, when the train went out of order, he did not panic. He was so calm and at peace, so connected with that true God inside, so aligned. But here, I'm sorry to say, Shias, that but force not. I've read all this. This is about slave girls or slave. Let me see. Oh God, don't tell me I make. And if any of your slaves, girls or boys, men and women, ask for a deed in writing to enable them to earn their freedom for a certain sum, give them such a deed if you know any good in them. Yeah, give them something yourselves and out of the means which Allah has given to you, but force which Allah has given to you. This is about, if you, this I cannot explain. Put it in succinctly. Sorry, not right now. And then it says, it's not that anything about to do with prostitution, normal prostitution, this and that, right? Prostitution, unforced prostitution, nothing. It doesn't say do not prostitute these slaves here. It doesn't say. And let those who do not find means to marry keep chaste. This is a command, right? It doesn't say that. But here, Shias, Shaitan, get away. Shias, experts in the Quran, but force not your mates to prostitution when they desire chastity. Succinctly put, clearly, directly, let's have a look at this. Why are you hiding? Because this is about forced prostitution. That's why God is put here, when they desire chastity. That's why God is put here, when they desire chastity. Otherwise, what would it be like here? Like here, let those who find not the wherewithal for marriage keep themselves chaste. Let these maids keep themselves chaste. Do not prostitute them. And they do not, because you see here, God is not telling them, do not prostitute yourselves. He's saying, but force not you believers, you Muslims, force not your maids to prostitution. So I'm saying here what? I'm saying the choice. It is forced prostitution that is not allowed. The command is like this. Allah has put it well, great, perfectly here, to tell us what? Which the Shia experts, some indoctrinated so much because their great-great-great-grandfather, they are Sayyids. How have they missed this? And not be direct. And why are you hiding this? That prostitution, if they desire it and they desire not to be chaste, is allowed. Why can you not see this? All this I'm saying, commands, everything is right. So there's nothing wrong with this ayat. But tell me that prostitution of these maids is allowed in Islam. In your cities, your Muslim cities, wherever, these maids, this Quran is for ages. Even now in Dubai, good and well, they won't be punished. The leaders, Sheikh His Highness Muhammad, Sheikh Muhammad bin Rashid Al Maktoum, will not be punished according to this verse. There is prostitution here, the guards here and all this. Shias will say he will be punished like anything, right? If hijab is mandatory in certain circumstances in Iran, I can't understand anymore. I can't understand. I can't say I understand because I don't. How can I say I understand something I don't understand? Here you're saying you distort, alter the words of Allah. If we make a mistake, misinterpret. I'm not intentionally misinterpreting anything. If I make a mistake, I will try to correct myself. Please, but can I say now, please, Shia Quran experts, correct? It's finished. You have lied to us. I feel I'm betrayed. Indoctrinated? Yes. Okay, I will excuse you. But will you, your laws, your Islamic, your Sharia law, would not have excused me? You can take so much time to look at that verse of Surah, other things, take time to celebrate the birth of Imam Hussain, commemorate his sacrifices, everything, like on blood dripping. We have so many marsiyas, nohas, on little things. I was telling my cousin, like, look at this. This is because we have made this religion beautiful. Otherwise, Allama Mutahari doesn't agree with you or all this. That this sky now, Ali Akbar, reminds me, sky is red, in the Maghrib time. Dusk. Oh, sky is red. Reminds me of the blood of Ali Asghar, the child, innocent. Because when Imam Hussain wanted to, the sky couldn't take the blood of Ali Asghar. The sky refused. All this, Allama Mutari will say, what are you doing? The distortions and all of Ashura. Distortions, exaggerations. We say that we are so connected with Allah and the Ahl al-Bayt, and Bibi Zainab, she hit her head on, she hit her head on the carriage, edge of the carriage or something. Where was the carriage? There were no carriages in Karbala afterwards, like after Ashura. There was a camel, they were on foot. How could she have hit her head on the carriage, edge of the carriage? They took her in a carriage. Then we say she hit her head on the carriage. Then we say they all were walking. Then we say they were on foot. They were taken on foot. Some of them, the children were on camels. Some of the whole. Maybe she was on the camel and there was this big thing on the camel, like wooden. And she hit her head. She was taken on, like Aisha went for or when she was coming to Karbala. No. Actually, even after Karbala, we can do this, commemorate the ladies, women, for atrocities committed after Karbala. It's not in the Quran, but our Imams have given us. Because Bibi Zainab hit her head. So, Zanjir maro, blood nikalo, blood. Even maybe we can also hit our heads. Bruise our forehead. Forced prostitution is not allowed in Islam, according to this verse, Surah Nur, Ayat 33. So much, oh my God. This means that, what are they hiding? Why? I mean, not what. In the previous video, sorry, I correct myself, I was like, what? Why are you hiding this? Why? Why did you hide this? Say it. Then, if nothing is wrong with this verse, please explain why nothing is wrong with this verse, I asked. in a Shia video channel below comment section. Please explain. Silence. If you are silent, bas khatam, you have hidden. You are hiding the truth. Quran ayats, what they exactly mean. Deceiving people. Even like if you keep quiet about this truth, you are a liar. Don't put taqiyya shakiyya. Now you people have taqiyya, dissimulation. No. This on saving a life, saving Islam, you cannot do taqiyya. Especially when you bring this out. Especially when, if I can, especially when the Quran ayat is saying something and I'm asking you, it is your duty to tell me that I am right, that this, ask me more, ask me, Salluni, Imam Ali was saying, Baba, don't put that person in a deceptive that she keeps doing these videos and all this once and for all. At least one Shia, honorable Shia, according to your own religious laws and rules, you would, when I come to you, why wouldn't you put it on the comment section, in the comment? Explain it. There were two people there. One went on, okay, talk to me. I will talk, tell me, not talk to me, tell me, because it was in the comment section. Come on, tell me. If you do not, tell me, expose this, for what it is. What, I'm not saying, just say it. Why isn't there something wrong with this verse? Say it. Be direct. Explain it. Because prostitution is allowed in Islam with the will of these maids, with the desire and wish of the, how do you say it? Sentence? I'm sorry, I can't correct my sentence structure. With the will of the prostitution in Islam is allowed according to this verse, Surah Nur Ayat, of the maids. Because God is put here. In other words, these maids, they wish to remain chaste. You cannot, then that would be forced prostitution. If you compel them. I'm saying, I wish to remain chaste. I don't want to go into prostitution. Then it would be haram, forbidden. Then it would be force. If you force me into prostitution, it will be forced. But what if I say, yes, I want to be a prostitute? Then it will not be forced prostitution, and then I'm allowed according to this verse in Surah Nur Ayat 33. Please have a look at this. Sorry, my voice raised. I'm just exasperated. And who's lying? Who's lying? Who's hiding? Then this is a big thing. I could go to Surah Azab verse of beauty, because when I was telling my Gaur, my aunt, she was also doing research, so I had to ask her. Like in Allama Majlisi's book, Hayatul Qulub, Prophet Muhammad. So I said, like, which hadiths? Like, my heart was sinking. He liked three things: beauty in women, beauty and perfumes. Is that it? Yeah, I think I remembered the third one. Beauty, women or perfume. God is beautiful. Love. So, don't say God is beautiful. Oh my God, they've got me. My mind, don't do monkey business, mind. Okay, relax. In Surah Azab, Ayat 52. You can no more now exchange your wives for others because you find them good or beautiful. Hasanat. Hasan means beauty. Imam Hassan's. It means good and beautiful. He was very handsome, beautiful, right? Jameel, there's Jameel, attraction, beautiful, but isn't good and beauty. Any good in these women? Okay, let's say they put good. Some Shias will tell you, okay, this verse that if any good in these women. So Allama Majlisi put that Prophet Muhammad liked three things. Oh my God, like three things in the, God knows what, like his favorite, or the way he put it, it must be really well so that we can see that Zahra he loved, admired, or but his religion was everything, and he literally in every way was God conscious. He was he knew what he was. But why does Allah? So my aunt said that the Umayyads used to give money and add these things. Okay, this verse the Shias may try to hanky panky it by saying that Hasanat, meaning good, is written, not beauty. Surah, see, not Jamilun, not Jamal. Huh? Surah Azab. Shias might give me a hard time with their great Quran knowledge, accurate Quran knowledge. Shias will give me a very, very hard time. Right? So, what is it written here? I can't. This is not Quran.com. Except those concubines whom your right hands possess. Huh? Concubines? Imam Iskandar Ali Meher, Abdul Majid Darya Badi. So if my father and all were going to these tawafs and all, so what are these prostitutes for? Other women, those then just mentioned, and those already married to you, will not be lawful for you to take, nor seeing that they, your wives, and what is this something, have preferred God and His Messenger over the charms of the world. Are you allowed to change them for other wives, even though their fineness should please you, except those whom your right hands possess? Okay. Even though their beauty should appeal to you, except the bondwomen whom you possess. What kind of a thing is this bondwomen? We were told mutta and play. Some say bondwomen, some say slave girls. Okay, you want me to be really, really good with you, respectful, while your punishments you are handing out in Iran, Iraq? Haven't heard of Iraq. No, but there are this thing. Are the Westerners Europeans? No, I heard it from British. It is not allowed thee to take other women henceforth, nor that thou shouldest change them for other wives, even though their beauty pleased thee. Because you see, beauty pleases you. Beauty pleases you. Hasanatan wa fil akhirati. Make my life beautiful and good. I mean, there's no word like, is there a word good, the source of all goodness? It says the all-encompassing. What is the word good? What is Allah's good name? Allah's name in good. Hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan. Wa qina azabun nar. Yani make my life in this world and the hereafter beautiful, good. Now that the Shias these Quranic sources, because now that I've understood this verse so well and been able with mastery now in English, no, even now I don't have mastery over my English language and command over my English language, but I got you, people, I got you. And do not compel your slave girls to prostitution for the sake of the benefits of worldly life, the while they desire to remain chaste. Oh my God! Why do you have to put the while the here? While, even if you take while, see, same thing. While they desire to remain chaste, you can't change this. I'm going to show this to the whole world. How Prophet Muhammad and his imams have deceived us. On one hand, making us cry for Bibi Sakina years. My mother is gone now. I can't even tell my mother about this. But if I take the Hindu religion, she'll probably come back. Karma, reincarnation. May God so give her, better life the next time, and may she be one with God. God realized. So they're trying to tell me something. That's such a great lady. She is with God. And do not compel your slave girls to prostitution. What was I going to say that now? For the sake of benefit. This is about forced prostitution. That's why very good that. But please, you've made a mistake. Your worldly life. My Islam. You've made a mistake here. I also do these things, but let's just worldly life while they desire to remain chaste. What translation? Who's Ala Maududi? You've made a mistake here, this is myislam.org. This could be a Sunni website. Muslim. Non-Shia website. Why were the Shias hiding this? Who know the Quran should have learned it well. Should have told us when I was asking, or even if I'm not asking, prostitution in Islam is allowed. We should have known about this, because forget these verses now. And if you want to remember them, keep chaste. This is a command from God here to all this. Keep chaste. But here, the command thing is not like that. The command is, do not force your slave girls into prostitution when they themselves wish to remain. Do not force your slave girls into prostitution when they themselves wish to remain honorable. Perfect. This is revealing, perfectly going with me. The way it is put. Perfect. This means forced prostitution is not allowed. Allah has put it perfectly here. When they themselves wish to remain. Addition. Oh. Perfect God, perfect Allah. God has given you a perfect God of Islam. Perfect. Meaning, you can now prostitute. Who will do it? Are they allowed themselves to go out and just prostitute themselves, or will the Muslim community leader have a check on them? Do they have their own? They have their own will here, their own wish here to remain honorable. But what if they do not want to remain honorable? then the guardians or whoever Allah is mentioning here as do not compel. If you know they have good and give them, no, do not force your slave girls into prostitution. Who is he telling? Your slave girls. Mu'mineen, mu'minat. He's not telling the pagan idol worshippers. He's not telling the Jews and, well, later on, I mean, this will be for all. Everyone has to abide and submit to Islam. Subjugate. Embrace Islam. Oh, my stomach is growling. But I might... Here. Okay, he's not telling the pagan Arabs, idol worshippers. He's not telling the Jews or the Christians. Do not force your slave girls. Who is he telling? The Muslim mu'mineen mu'minat into prostitution. I don't want to hear the screams of Iranian girls and women in any video about taking the hijab off. So she's forcefully taken. Who is he? You Muslim men. See, it's slave girls now put here. It's not even boys put here. You Muslim mu'min, what are you doing with these slave girls? What is God forbidden you not to do? Do not force your slave girls. You mu'mineen mu'minat, Muslimeen muslimat. Hazrat, idhar dekhe. Please pay attention. I have to take you to a place to tell you the truth. What they have hidden from us. What they don't want to tell us. What these Muslims, mu'mineen, mu'minat, Muslimeen, muslimat, don't want to tell us. Don't want to. It is about their own verse in the Quran. If we hide something, they'll say, oh, they are hiding and they are doing mischief and they should be punished or fined. I've lost my energy. Okay, I will continue later. Please see this. Forced prostitution. Who are these people? You mu'mineen, mu'minat, slave girls. That's why God has put slave girls here. Here God has put slaves. And who are they of? The mu'mineen, mu'minat, Muslimeen, muslimat. Clear about this, please? Please be clear about this. I'm very direct. Very simple. What the Quran ayat is saying, I'm telling you, explaining very directly. Thank you so much. Because if you now go to any imam's interpretation, even Ashia imam, you will get the wrong thing. You will get a lie, because from the Ali commentary and all this, we say it comes from our imams, right? Our Ahlul Bayt. Explanation of these Quran ayats, where does it come from? Putting them in context when we explain it at that time, where does it come from? It comes from the imams, the progeny of Rasulullah. And I cannot trust even the religious scholars. And what is said in Al-Kafi about religious scholars who lie and hide and all this? And they will be in the lowest abyss if they misguide you against Islam. What does Islam is saying here? What is Islam saying? Your maid girls, your slave girls can be prostituted by you, mu'mineen, mu'minat, but not compelled, not forced into prostitution for the worldly gains of this life. Meaning, your Prophet Mutta karwa rahe, pleasure for men and all. Oh, I will come to that meaning. First, I think this is enough for me to be incapacitated for a week or so. Thank you so much.